Mitakuyepi. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lakota Language from the Heart Channel. Yuha taya ya hipelo. I'm glad that you all have arrived here, and I will teach this expression right now. Yuha means all of, so it's like when you talk to a group, a lot of times you hear that word iyuha at the beginning of the sentence, and Dayan is a very nice word, and you hear this spoken quite a bit in Lakota. It means good, but in a nice way. Yeah, very comfortable, very pleasing, wonderful. That kind of good. And Yahi means you arrive here. And you heard me say below. This is a plural. This makes the sentence a plural because remember, Iyuha, I'm talking to all of you, okay? So that means the sentence is plural. And the below is what men say in a plural sentence. Women will say be. So all men would say, Iyuha tayan yahi below. Let's say this and listen to the music. Always listen to the music of how I say it so you can learn the music of the language too, okay? All men, repeat after me, please. Iyuha taya yahi pelo. One more time, men. Iyuha taya yahi pelo. Very good. And women, remember the last word in the sentence for you is pe. So, all women, repeat after me, please. Iyuha taya yahi pe. One more time. Iyuha taya yahi pe. Very good. Now, let's say you want to say this to one person. Maybe you invited somebody to come over and watch Netflix and eat popcorn and eat bologna and cheese sandwiches. Gee, I miss that kind of food. A commodity cheese and bologna sandwiches. Okay, so you're going to say this to one person. Okay, so then you wouldn't say iyuha. Okay, you leave that word out. And you can just say daya yahi. You don't need to put a sentence ending at the end of this, okay? Because you're inviting a friend over, it's informal. A lot of times the sentence endings are used when the situation is formal or it's a serious thing or there's a lot of high emotion happening. Other than that, it's really not necessary to use a sentence ending after every sentence, because it sounds kind of funny if you do that. So, one person, it's a good friend of yours, is coming to visit you, and so they knock on the door, they ring your doorbell, and then you open the door and you say, Daya Yahi. Yeah, so that's the same for men and women. So I already showed you what those two words mean. So everybody, let's say this. Daya Yahi. Again, Daya Yahi. Very good. See, that's a very nice expression. It's really good to say it, and when people hear it, that really makes them feel good that their host is looking forward to having them come into their home and so forth. So that's a very nice expression to say. Sometimes people will maybe they have a sign, as soon as somebody comes into their house, they put a sign there so they can see it when they come in. Yeah, Daya Yahi. So that's a very good greeting, and that's how I'm going to greet you. Yeah, I'm going to say Yuha Daya Yahi Pelo. So now you know what I mean when I say that. Okay, now I would like to start a dialogue, and maybe as we go on, we'll build up that dialogue so it becomes longer. Maybe we go branch off into another direction from time to time. As long as we are learning how to speak Lakota, that's the most important thing. This is a language course. And when you are taking a language course, you are learning to speak. So that's why we're dialoguing right away. Okay? So, how are you? Yeah, when you first meet somebody or you're meeting a friend, and that's one of the first things you say. How are you? So let's say this. The expression is dokeshke ya unhe. Dokeshke means how. Ya un means you are. And he is a vocal question mark. And listen to how I say it. Listen to the music. Dokeshke ya unhe. You hear how it slowly builds up and then at the end. Dokeshke ya unhe. Repeat that after me. Say it just like I said. Dokeshke ya unhe. One more time. Dokeshke ya unhe. Very good. Very good. Okay, so let's say you're doing pretty good. So now the person who you're asking the question to, they will say, Lila tayan wa un. This means I'm doing really good. I'm doing fine. See, here's that word tayan again. Yeah, Lila means really or very, and tayan is good in a nice way, and wa un means I am. Okay, so let's say this. Okay, repeat after me, please, and remember to say it the same way that I say it. The music, all right? Lila tayan wa un. Very good. One more time. Lila tayan wa un. Very, very good. Okay. Now let's talk to each other. Okay. I will ask the question and you answer. Okay. So I will say dokeshke ya unhe and you will say lila tayan wa un. Okay. So here we go. Dokeshke ya unhe. Very good. Now let's switch to parts. You ask me the question, right? And you can ask now. Lila tayan wa un. Very good. Very simple dialogue. And this will get longer, okay? But we're just beginning, yeah? So, and you see two words that look very similar to each other. Ya un in the question and wa un in the answer. These are conjugations. There is a root word, and it's that U nasal N. It's This means to be. And when we want to say I to be, no, when we want to say I am, we add a wa to the word because wa is I. Okay, so wa I am. And then to say you are, it's ya. Yeah, ya. So ya un. Okay, so that's a simple conjugation. And I'm going to put on the screen the complete conjugation for that. Okay, so we have the root word which means to be. Wa meaning I am. Ya meaning you are. He means he or she is. Unk is you and I are. Unk means we are. Ya means you all are. Hena means they are. Now this conjugation, this is really important. This is the key to learning Lakota language, how to do that. Yeah, you see the words on the screen and look at the ones that are in red. That's where the conjugation is happening. when you can learn this process, it's going to really help you a lot. Your learning is going to grow faster and faster. And in the beginning, it is difficult, but that's okay. Yeah, life is that way sometimes. Sometimes when you start something new, it's difficult. Well, like when I was learning how to tap dance, geez, I kept falling all over the place, and my feet were crossing each other, and now I can tap dance on the table, do a flip, and land on the floor doing the splits, get right back up Michael Jackson style, and tap dance out the door. Yeah. I'm just kidding. No, but you practice, practice, practice. Yeah. And look at this video or watch it as many times as you can so it becomes familiar to you, that it becomes a part of you. Yeah. So that's what I advise. And also, one more thing. Usually, when asking questions, men say "whoa" at the end of their question. Okay. And women say "he" at the end of their question. However, when men are among friends or relatives, or the situation is informal, or they're meeting somebody for the first time and they want to extend friendship to that person, they will use "he" when they ask a question. So when a man is meeting somebody, could be a man or a woman or a puppy, for the first time, and he's unsure of this person, then he might say "Dokeshke ya unho," like that. Yeah. However, if he wants to extend friendship to this person and show that person he's a nice guy, and he will say "Dokeshke ya unhe." He uses the "he." See, that's what I mean. This is called speaking in the Tioshpai way. This when men use "he" in their questions. So a lot of times you'll hear people who will say, "Yeah, men must always say 'ho,' and women always say 'he.'" This sounds Catholic to me. Yeah, and usually when people say this, they don't really speak the language fluently. They didn't grow up in it. Okay, so there is always exceptions to the rules in the Lakota way. But the people who say, men gotta do it this way or it has to be that way, that's not our culture. There's always exceptions in our culture. Yeah, there are rules because we need foundation, but sometimes things are different and there will be exceptions. It's always that way. Okay, that's why we are not dogmatic people. Okay, so that's something I wanted to add in there. So I will be using a lot of "he" when I say something for men in asking questions. Okay, so it's not speaking the woman's way, it's speaking the Tioshpai way. Okay, and so I will be saying that. Okay, men, if you're speaking in the Tioshpai way, then you know what I mean. Okay, so and maybe I'll make a short out of that so that you can always refer back to that. Okay, so and that's another thing. I really recommend that you watch the shorts on this channel, the really short videos. If you don't know where that's at, to go to my channel, on the lower left side of the screen, you see a picture of, it's an orange picture. Yeah, it's a picture of one of my books. And press that, and then it'll go to my channel, okay? And then you'll see this banner. It says Lakota Language from the Heart. Go down a little bit, then you see several things. And one of them is videos, and then next is shorts. Click that, and then watch those. They're really short videos, and I say things that are helpful and tips, as well as really vital information concerning speaking Lakota language, learning to speak Lakota language from the heart. Okay? So I recommend that. And thank you for being here. And Lila Pilamaya Yelo. Lila means really, very, and Pilamaya means thank you. Yellow is what men say at the end, and women say yeah. So lila pilama ya yellow is what men say. Lila pilama ya yeah is what women say. Okay, so gee, learned another expression. Yeah? Now you can say that. Walk around and say that to everybody. Lila pilama ya yellow. And men, repeat after me. Lila pilama ya yellow. Very good. Women, repeat after me. Lila pilama ya ye. Very good. Yeah, you did good. Yeah, you're speaking Lakota already. So keep going and watch this video as many times as you want to, as you can, and let this become familiar to you. And so you're all ready for the next little lesson. Okay? So with that, I wish you a good day, good morning, good afternoon, good night, good evening, whenever you're listening to this. And in our way, everything is a circle. So we have no word for goodbye. And instead we say, until next time, which in Lakota is Doksha Ake. And I will catch you in the next video. I invite you to come visit my website at wolakota7.com. You can see the address on the screen, and here you can learn about the books that I've written and also some of the services that I offer. For example, spiritual consultation and Lakota language lessons. And you can see the books that I wrote, and one of them, called Kea and Matho Stone Hearts, I wrote with my wife. And if you would like to order these books or order any of my services, you can see all the information on the screen. And for more questions, please write to me at the email address that you see at the bottom right of the screen. Oh, Lila Pilamaelo, thank you very much.